The Joe Rogan Experience.
What other animals were you hunting when you were up there? Anything unusual?
For big animals, the only thing around is moose.
You said you shot
sheep,
one grizzly?
I shot one grizzly that was becoming a problem that night. I had a moose in the camp. My wife and the little baby were there at the time too. My daughter was only 3 years old, and my son was just months old. And this moose was hanging there. I just killed it a week or so before, and a grizzly was coming around that night trying to get that moose meat. And I chased it away a few times, and it kept coming back. And eventually I shot right over the bear, trying to scare it off, because sometimes that'll work if just chasing them off doesn't work. But it was walking toward me at 16 yards when I shot it. So.
Oh, God. 16 yards? They could run 16 yards so fast?
Yeah, he was just walking. He wasn't running.
Thank God he wasn't running.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to get me, but I just couldn't have that bear hanging out there trying to get that moose that I had there in the camp.
Yeah. So you shot him and ate him?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, the fat was unbelievably good, man. The meat, for me, bear meat, like I said, is not my first choice. I liked it, but I'd only have a desire to eat it once every 4 or 5 days. It's not like something I wanted to eat pounds of every day the way I can eat caribou or moose. It's just different. The fat was unbelievable. It stunk terrible. Like, I took all the fat out of the abdominal fat and all that stuff too. And boy, did it smell bad, just like bear guts, It just stunk. And I remember Sylvia saying, "You're going to eat that stuff?" And I was like, "I don't know, try it." So I rendered it and, just heated it up until it liquefied.
Mm-hmm.
And when that cooled back down, no bad flavor at all. It was like almost tasteless. It was the mildest fat you've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, that cured the bad smell. And I
How
don't
many
know
people
why.
get past that though? How many
Probably
people?
not a lot. And it's different. It's bear fat's real soft. It's real soft at room temperature. It's not like, sheep fat's hard. Moose fat, caribou fat is slightly softer maybe than sheep fat, but it's still hard fat. Bear fat is soft and creamy, and so it was nice variety that winter to have all that bear fat. It was really nice variety. But I learned something from that, just a practical thing, that for some reason, I don't understand the chemistry behind it. If you got some fat that's tasting funny, if you heat it up really hot and cool it back down, it'll take that away. I had it happen with moose fat once. It was getting old, so it was getting a little rancid, and I tried it. I heated it up until it got just about to the smoking point, cooled it back down, and it tasted way better.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think is doing that?
I don't know. I never looked into it.
I think that would be something you'd want to look into.
Not really. Just a little practical Boy Scout trick.
Once you know, you know. That's it. You don't need to know the magic behind it.
Yeah.
So, what did you do with the bear hide?
Turned it into a blanket. Still have that hide.
Wow.
It's a beautiful bear. It really was. Yeah.
How big was it?
I think it was just over 6 feet. It wasn't huge because the bears up there don't get as big. I mean, they don't have salmon up where I am. They're way up in the mountains. But it was a real light colored bear. There's a picture of that one you might pull up. Yeah, that's it. There's another picture with right after I shot it on the beach there. But in the photos right on the first page there, whatever they're called, those ones that you can keep.
Is this Facebook? Oh, you're just...
I'm just searching because the Facebook page I can't zoom in for some reason.
So that bear was super light colored. All its claws are white. They're almost
wow.
white. Yeah. So it's beautiful hide. It's really.
And you keep the claws on the hide when you make the blanket?
Yeah, it was the only bear I ever dealt with. I skinned it all out like taxidermy. I left all the claws and the lips and the eyelids and everything. I mean, it took a long time, and then I tanned it myself. It was a big project. I built a big stretcher and had it all.
Now, what do you use to tan it?
I use the same thing I use on wolf or wolverine, which is like a diluted battery acid, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the old way they used to do it? They used to use brains, right?
Yeah, you can tan with brains, I hear, but I never got into that. Somebody showed me this battery acid tanning system way back when I first went up there and started trapping, and it worked really well for me, so I stuck to that.
How does that work?
It's been a long time since I did it, but you just dilute. The battery acid is very diluted, and I forgot the exact proportions because it's been a while, but It's very, very diluted, and then you add a lot of salt also. And you want to get the proportions right, so you want to look into it before you try it. But that's all that's in it. The solution is just battery acid, water, and salt.
And so you brought battery acid up there just to have on hand?
It's so concentrated. It's like a little package. I flew it out there. Like one time is enough for 5 years or something.
And you flew it out there just for tanning?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that system, then the other thing you need is baking soda. You have to neutralize it. You have to get the pH back to neutral after you're done tanning it.
Here it is. 7 gallons of water. two pounds of bran
Wait
flakes.
a minute. That's not the one I used.
16 cups of plain or pickling salt.
Salt's good.
Okay, this is, but there's the battery acid. 3.5 cups battery acid from auto parts store. 2 boxes baking soda.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, except
Wow.
you can skip the bran flakes.
What about foot oil? What the fuck is foot oil?
Needs foot oil? You
Yeah.
never use that stuff? Oh, yeah. Well, you got to soften the hide afterwards. You got to put the oil back into it.
Is that what foot oil is?
Yeah, needs foot oil.
It's for people's feet?
No, what do they make that from? Sheep feet or something?
Oh, really?
I can't remember. No, I don't know. They call it neats foot oil, but it's just a oil that you use to preserve leather.
Oh.
You put it on your baseball glove.
Neat's foot is supposed to be one word. At least when I just Googled it.
Oh, neat's
Yellow
foot?
oil rendered from purified shin bones and feet of cattle.
Oh, wow. How weird.